The Lagos State High Court sitting in Ikeja has nullified the removal of the reinstated Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Obasa, which took place on January 13, 2025. Justice Yetunde Pinheiro held that the actions of the majority of the lawmakers leading to Mojisola Miranda's emerging as the Speaker was unconstitutional. Josu has more.
In a decision, Justice Yetunde Pinheiro declared that there are rules binding the House, that by Section 101 of the 1999 Constitution and Order 5, Rule 18.2 of the rules, the House sitting during recess without the Speaker reconvening or authorizing another individual, such as the majority or minority leader, to do so is illegal and unconstitutional. The court dismissed the preliminary objections challenging the competence of the suit, holding that non-compliance with pre-action notices does not make the suit inactive. The presiding judge agreed with the claimant's assertion that the facts of the case before the court are questions that the court can judge upon. On the application by the defendants that Obasa's removal was political and that the court does not have the jurisdiction to intervene in their internal affairs, the court held that it can intervene if the provisions of the Constitution are not being followed during proceedings of the House.
That was another application about internal affairs, and the court said that the court cannot interrogate internal affairs of the House of Assembly. The court had relied on Inakojo and Adeleke that once the right of the citizens will be affected, then the court will intervene.
Obasa's counsel, Joshua Olatoke, reacted to the court's judgment on whether the suit was academic or not.
Our contention was that he was not reinstated, he was re-elected. And our case was that his removal was unconstitutional and the court should nullify the proceeding of 13th of January. So the case before the court is about the constitutionality and the validity of the sitting of 13th of January. So if they in March, when instead of reinstating him or re-electing him, if they have nullified that proceeding on the proceeding of 13th January, he would have been restored to his position, and that would have made the matter academic.
The court also set aside the sittings, resolutions, and decisions, including the purported removal of the Speaker, Obasa, and the installation of Mojisola Miranda as the Speaker.
The court resolved 10 issues in our favor and against them, and granted about 11 or 12 reliefs in our favor, including the nullification of the proceeding of 13 January and including the setting aside of the purported election of the woman as a speaker, as a former speaker. She can no longer address herself as former speaker of Lagos State House of Assembly.
Justice Yetunde Pinheiro also awarded 500,000 naira to the Speaker, Mudashiru Obasa, as damages for his wrongful removal, trauma, and embarrassment. Josu, LTV News.